Hi, welcome to Foodie. We're going to make some bread today. It's going to be a little different avocado bread, and it should be pretty dense and hopefully real moist. Pretty easy to put together. It's going to bake for about almost an hour. So let's get started. I do have my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. For our dry ingredients, we're going to start with 1 cup all-purpose flour. To that, we're going to add 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We'll add maybe a little less than 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, let's mix these up real good. Make sure we get that baking soda and baking powder mixed in real good with the flour. Okay, we can set this aside. We'll put our wet ingredients together. We're going to start with a large avocado. And you want to make sure it's pretty ripe. When I bought these the other day, I couldn't find any ripe ones. They were really hard. And a real easy trick for that is you put it in you put it in a paper bag, like a grocery bag. Set it in there with an apple. 2 days later, just nice and soft and ripe. Okay, we can scoop out our avocado. I've also done it, like in the old days, we always had canisters of flour. And if you just set the avocado inside that flour, it'll do the same thing. It'll ripen pretty quick. But yeah, 2 days ago, this was about as hard as a rock. I'm going to take a fork and just mash up this avocado good, which is, you'll see why why you want it very ripe. Because you want this stuff to really mix into like a batter. And if you have a not ripe avocado, you're gonna have a real hard time doing that. This is gonna mash up real easy. Same thing, if you're making guacamole. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of vegetable oil and 2 eggs. Okay, we'll mix this up real good. All right, that's mixed in good. Now we can take our dry ingredients and slowly mix them into our wet. Okay, these are mixed in well. Sorry if you hear a noise in the background, our grass cutters are here. All right, so I'm going to add a couple extra little things to make this even better. I'm going to put in 1/4 cup of shelled pistachios. I use the no salt. I like eating these just plain like that. And then also I'm going to put in about 1/4 cup of walnut pieces. And for the final ingredient, I'm going to put in about 1/3 cup of shredded parmesan cheese. I think this will be a nice binding, hold things together, and I think it'll maybe moisten it up a little bit too. Okay, we'll do one final stir these all in good. You know what? Let's make that a half a cup of cheese. So I'm using just kind of a standard meatloaf pan, or I guess you'd call it a bread pan. We'll spray it with cooking spray. Now we'll just pour our batter into the pan. We'll spread our dough evenly in the pan. Now this looks like, it's not very full, but with that baking powder and baking soda, it's gonna rise. My oven's already preheated. And what I wanna do is take a few more pieces of these walnuts, sprinkle them on top. Kind of push them down just so they stick in there good when it's done. We'll put it in a 350 degree oven for, let's do 50 minutes, and we'll check on it and see if it's done. All right, been 50 minutes. Just to make sure it's done in the middle, I'm going to do the Chinese chopstick test. Comes out clean. We're gonna let this, cool off where I can actually pick it up. We'll put it, take it out. Spread a little bit of butter, maybe some honey on there. We'll try a piece. All right, it's cooled off. We'll just pop this out of here. Comes out very easy. Looks nice. See, it was important to push those down in there, otherwise those nuts would just kind of fall right off. Let's try some of our avocado bread. I spread a little bit of butter and a little bit of honey on mine. Really good. And I think that half a cup of Parmesan cheese, it made it really kind of nice and moist, and it holds together pretty good. So really good recipe, and pretty simple to make. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. Thank you for watching.